Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. Hope you had an amazing week. And can't believe it's Friday here again. Time's just flying by. Can you believe it's May 24th of 2024? It's just crazy, crazy. So hope you are well. And thank you guys for joining me. Let me get my desktop all set up here. And we will get into it. All right. Just move that over. All right. Looks like they made the pinned comment all a new color. Look at that. They make it stand out a little more. Oh, they're always updating little things to make everything better. All right. It says YouTube is live, so we are good to go there. Hey, Sean. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am doing very well. I hope you guys are doing very well as well. Hope you enjoyed the Sagittarius moon. We'll talk about those in a moment, but let's send some love out and bring some love in just to get the energy all started and create a big pocket, a big bubble of love we can all hang out in together today. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can join together to send a love out to the world because this energy is outside of this human construct of time and space. So we can take some big, deep breaths and come back to right here, right now. Let's do one more. Beautiful. And as I hit the singing bowl, we'll let that love flow down from above, fill us up, every cell in our body, our brain, our mind, our heart, our soul, our entire being. Fill us up and then also flow out to the world. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let's put it back there. Let it finish its little singing back there. So I am doing well. So yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying this beautiful Sagittarius full moon energy. A lot of extra spark, a lot of extra spice going on. Of course, we had a pick a card around that this week. So if you want to find out how to make the most of that release energy that's available for the Sagittarius full moon, be sure to check that out. And there's a pick a card, of course, 3 choices. Where in your life can you be more open-minded? So that was a fun one. We also had a new podcast episode, of course. They come out every Sunday. I have a podcast from chaos to cozy, which is all about our journey. Come from cozy down here to this chaotic, fun adventure theme park, right? And it's about us waking up and going back to cozy as well, where spirit and shares a lot of the tools and a lot of the experiences I had, where when I was at my most chaotic in my life, I almost ended my life. And that was over 30 years ago, over 30 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, right. And coming back to being in a place so much more cozy. So I like that there. And then also, we've entered Gemini season. So happy Gemini season and happy birthday to all you Gemini sun babies. There's a special 3-month bonus reading in my monthlies that I put out with the as we change zodiacs for the sun. And then there's, of course, a pick a card for all of us that we can have from, it's like the 20th of the month ish to the 20th of the following month. So, some good stuff there. Also, I do have started doing monthlies for each individual zodiac sign. June's are out. So, if you want to check out that, we take a tarot deck and we split out the major arcana from the four suits of the minor, and we look at all those energies of our spiritual energy, our physical journey, our mental adventure, our emotional adventure, and we pull a bunch of oracle cards around it too. So goes pretty in depth, and you can even grab not just your sun sign. You can look at your Venus sign if you're looking about love, or you want to know about your how you interact with masculine energies in your life. You can look at your Mars sign, but so you can get a bunch of different perspectives looking at the bunch of different windows of your life. And I even have, I think in that one, I put a little blurb of what planets there are and what part of their life that they rule over too. So those are pretty fun. And then lastly, we put out this. I have I can do two things at once. Hold on. Here we go. Astrological Zenergy videos, which I'm going to have a new one come out next Monday, Tuesday, that talks about the Neptune retrograde and the Chiron. And we're in this beautiful launching period where all of our inner planets, the ones within the asteroid belt, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, and not in that order, are all direct. So we have this great time to launch things in our life. And we talk about that too. So all of that is all these free things that I offer. So I like to make sure everyone's aware because of my YouTube channel members. We got Sean G. She's one of my YouTube channel members. Johanna Urison. Hello, hello. Uh, I have my, monthly YouTube channel memberships. I have all of these beautiful individuals who are making donations, and then also anyone that purchases my services that I offer down in the description box of the video, personal readings, energy hedges, astrological, kind of information. And all that allows me to continue to do what I do. Plus, my beautiful host who lets me live in her basement for free. All of you, so much gratitude. And then I offer all these things. So I want to make sure everyone's aware for that. So I think that's the big thing. So if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, as you will see. And I am so glad to have you guys here. How the free readings work is there's no special list, no special chat. You don't have to ask. All you have to do is put your question out in the chat. That's the list. We make it very simple. And then for the free readings, I go down in order, first come, first serve for those. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings. I step outside of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those as well. Once I'm done, go back to the free readings and make my way down the list. If I don't get to them all in this 2-hour session, I do come back on in the afternoon after I spend some time with my praying Mantis members and finish them out. So just be aware of that. To make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and Square as well. And you can use whatever you wish. And for whatever dollar amount you are wanting to give. I know everyone's finances do vary from person to person, day to day, right? Country to country. So whatever you feel you're able to give from your heart, that's I know you're given the perfect amount. So that's what I look at. All right. I think that's all the blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it. I do have some donations here. So let's take a look here and Let me see. I don't think I have any emails. Nope. All right. So let us start with Supernova. So I'm going to be using, I got the round tarot today. So I guess I should show you, just to give you a, if you are interested in these, this is what they look like wherever you guys obtain your cards. And then I'm also gonna, I like these little cards. For clarifications, I'm gonna use the tarot of the pagan cats. I got my little cat samurai shirt on today, representing our cat mind that we go into when we're feel unsafe and out of control. Our inner child, has a pet hissing cat that we go into attack mode. And so this is in honor of our beautiful cat mind. So let's give you some shuffles and let's get into it. All right. So, Supernova, you are up first. We got four from you, and then Johanna. Hey, we'll jump to you, and then back to Supernova, and then Jeep, and then back to Nova. So that'll be it for so far for the donations, and we'll get started here. So let's start off with the cake, the birthday cake. Yum yum. So thank you for your multiple donations. You are always so supportive. I appreciate that. And your first question is, what are your gifts and abilities that you're meant to share with the world? All right. Let's take a look here and see what else do they want you to know here. Obviously, we know music, but let's take a look and see what else they want you to know about here. All right. All right. So the bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Swords, which represents our feelings of heartbreak and disappointment and suffering. And so, what are you meant to share with the world? Suffering. I know yours, and this does happen through your music, but I feel like they're showing me too that it's so important. I mean, when when we hear songs of artists and we hear things of people, right? Um, there is this you know beautiful connection we have with people when they share their music, right? But when you see them on an interview, like they're being interviewed on a night show or a podcast, or there's a meme of them outside of their stage persona, and we get to see and hear about the things behind, the stories behind the music, and the where this song lyrics came from. It's even more intimate. It even helps us connect even more, right? And I love that. I feel like sharing your pain and sharing the stories is going to be a part of what you're able to share too. You want to be interviewed too right now? And then that was on the bottom of the deck, and then you have the Eight of Wands here. This is sharing the messages that come from spirit too. So I like this, that you're sharing your human experience, but part of what you bring in through music and your interactions with others is messages from creator and from your spirit guides and from the other side. And so, even if you haven't had an experience in this lifetime, of course we have tons of other lifetimes that we have, right? But spirit has experienced everything through everyone, and so we can do that. That's what sometimes I haven't had children in my life, and sometimes, spirit has messages for people with children. In the beginning, people would be like, "Oh, you haven't had children, you can't tell me anything," and I'm like, "It's not me that's bringing messages. It's the creator, it's spirit. They've had every experience. I'm just the radio. It doesn't mean that the radio has to experience stuff to be able to have music come through the speakers, right?" So I like that. So I like that there. And you have the world card here too. The endings and the beginnings, and here is the world. And so I do feel like you do, like when your question is about what are you going to share with the world, you are going to share it with the world. And it's so beautiful that in our day and age, because of the World Wide Web, I mean, I'm talking to you, you're on the other side of the world, and so many different people across, so many, countries, South Africa and Sweden and Brazil and I mean everywhere across the planet. We're all right here, right now, and so I love this energy, you know, that it is meant not just to be local but global. And then you have 3 cards in the middle. Let's see what these are here. Yeah, you have the 6 of Wands. So there is this victory in this movement and the being seen and being supported, with this. Let's see what these other cards are here too. You got the King of Cups, which is the balancing of the head and the heart, and and the Knight of Cups. So both of these on horses, you know, um, is about, I feel like there's this, movement of energy, movement of these, um, you know, um, emotions, the pursuit and the quest for love, I feel is something that you also share, with all of this, the balancing out of things. And I like this, you know, we know that your music is going to bring people from lower vibration to higher vibration emotions, but I like that also your message includes sharing that every emotion is okay. Every emotion is good. Not even just okay, but every emotion is great. We come down here to experience it. And I feel like what part of your message is you help people embrace their their lives and not feel like um their life was wrong. It's almost like there's this message of your life is perfect. It has been perfect. And let me show you through these songs how, you know, something that was my human side considered awful, I eventually looked back, it's like reflections. I looked back and saw how it impacted it. So I like it. I like it. So I like that little extra tidbit that they're bringing in there. You're getting tingles. I know, right? Woo, woo, woo. It's that cake. It's the little pink cake that you ate. What was in that? But that's what they have for that. Particular for now. I mean, there's more, but they're not gonna, give it all to you at once. Why would they want to do that? You don't shove an entire piece of cake in a little kid's mouth, right? That's what we are as little kids. They're like one little bite at a time, so we don't choke on it. So there we go. You're so funny. All right. So that is for number one. So thank you for that. And then we'll go into of course, we have to have the poop emoticon. Um, And so thank you for your additional donation in that one. So number two is what is your internal blueprint? Ooh, interesting. And what makes it unique? Does it affect your energy? Oh yeah. Our blueprint, right? Our the design within. Of course, we're all the same in a lot of our design and our blueprint, but it's like a map, right? Maps all are the same. They all have directions and they all show us things, but a map of where and how detailed and how, far away and expansive it is. So let's take a look here and see what they want you to know about this blueprint, this inner blueprint. Okay. Come on. There it goes. So that and that. All right. You scroll back down so I can see it here. That would just spoil it, right? Yeah, it just makes it like, yeah, it's like when you're getting given a gift, right? And they hand you, it's all wrapped up, and they go like, I hope you enjoy your toaster. And you're like, fine. Or whatever it is. Not that a toaster is a big gift, but it's just like, really? You're telling me what you're giving me? I want to unwrap it. I want the experience of unwrapping it, right? So your blueprint, which is interesting, you've got the strength card, which is Leo energy. So it tells us a lot here about your blueprint is so unique. It's as unique as your astrological birth chart. You're a soup that has so many different parts to it. so many different, where's your Venus sign that tells you about your love. I love Annie Botticelli's, who I took a course in her astrological course. She has a great YouTube channel too. It's Annie, Annie, and Botticelli, B-O-T Botticelli, Botticellii, I think, Botticelli. I might have misread that one, but you can find her. A great. Maybe I'll have to post her channel so that I give her credit. But I like how she presents astrology because she goes, "You're in a house. Your life is a house, and each of the like your sun sign is the view at your front door, and then you have your Venus sign is looking out a window over here, and your this planet is looking out over here, and the other one's looking at the back porch, and you have all these views of your life, and the more you look into it, the more you see everything. So I think that's pretty cool. And so I feel like your blueprint is so unique, and everyone's is so unique because we're not all born in the exact same place at the exact same time. Even my twin nieces, they even though they were born around the same time at the same location, they were born minutes apart. And even with minutes apart, it's like, wow, there's different energies, there's a different soup, and they are different people, even with that. So I like this that they're saying the blueprint is like looking at, an electrical, if you ever look at these blueprints that have all these intricate parts, they're like, you know, we could look at it and we'd be like, huh? They're like, there's so much to it that, look at it from a distance. Try not to get too detailed into the blueprint because we're going to spend all our time trying to figure this little intricate stuff out when there's a whole life to live. And so it's like it's helps us understand our blueprint, understanding our tendencies, understanding our drives, understanding why, other things bother us and how the different planets as they, go through different aspects and, because our birth chart is kind of burned and seared into our soul. But then all the planets continue to move, and depending on where they're at, it's like when you have a soup or some sort of food that you eat and there's something you drink that when you eat the food it brings out flavor differently in it. That's what they're saying here is that we're born with it but we're constantly experiencing new things too. It's like the blueprint of our lives is we have a basic, but there's always change, always different flows. It's like the weather's never always the same. It's always changing, even though we're in a certain location. So I like that. I just feel like they're just letting you know that piece there. Yeah. And the Seven of Cups. So many different emotions, so many different things to experience. It's constantly changing. And I like that. I like this, you know, how does it impact my life? How is it unique and different? And it's like we're all like, that's like snowflakes when we look at them. No snowflake is the same, and that is everyone. We're all different. We all have these experiences, and it's like the creator wanted to experience itself, and it didn't want to experience trillions of the same thing. It wanted to experience a trillions and trillions of different aspects of us seeing them. And with our experience, with us being different, when they look at themselves through our eyes and through our experiences, they like that we're all different and that we have similarities, but we're so different as well in the same kind of place, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, we got the Page of Cups. And this is where we're all the same in that we're all made of unconditional love. The essence of who we are comes from Creator. And so that's the simplicity of life is that every moment is either unconditional love or the opposite here, conditional love, right? And it's simple. Life is so simple. It's one or the other. but then there's also it's like a temperature like thermometer. You got the higher and the lower, but there's all this energy and all these different degrees within that allows us to see things differently and experience this whole spectrum of energy differently too. I like that. We've got joy and celebration card coming in here. We've got the magician, our energy, yeah, and the ace of wands as well, and the three of pentacles. Yeah, so being true to our authentic selves, not being drawn off, we become more aware of our authentic self and our blueprint the more we get out of our fears and into joy, with this the joy and celebration and the ace of wands with the magician. This is all about where we focus our energy is what sorry, I'm looking in the the camera. Things look different. Okay, so we got, all of this energy here that whatever we focus on is so much of our life too. We've got a blueprint. It's like you got a map, but it's like you don't have to stay on the same road all the time. We get to explore the entirety of our existence. And part of this three of pentacles is, we're brought up as children, no, 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 yeah, you're unique and different, but you got to fit in. And then we have all these expectations through praise and punishment of be this, and we're like, no, at some point we're like, I don't want to be that. I'm ready to, you know bust out of expectations, bust out of these supposed to's and shoulds and need to's, and be true to my unique experience. You're trying to force a soup to be something, and it's like, nope, nope. I'm not. I'm going to be me. I'm not going to be diluted. I'm not going to be, you know, ruined by someone putting radishes in the stew. Radishes are good for some stews, but I'm trying to think of a stew wouldn't be good in, like, I don't know. Just think of some stew that radishes would be like, whoa, that combined with that, bleh. But I love this power of the journey and the power of possibilities. That's why when you come down here, we don't have this, um, all these faded events. It's not a scripted life. It's more of an improv play where we're given a theme and a situation and a location and go. And then we interpret it. We have all this world of possibilities. We have the lowest, not lowest, but the minimum experience that we'll experience if we do nothing our entire lives. We're going to have this experience, but then we have all the other possibilities of a highest experience with even more going on these adventures in our life. And there's no wrong or right. We get to choose it. So the blueprint isn't as, like, okay, there's this exact path. It's like, though, there's this world of possibilities. That's why it's like, look at this map from the high point, because there's so many different things that we can do and see, and we're the ones that get to decide. That's, recently Spirit has like said that we're not, little children in the back seat in a child seat, baby seat, you know, being driven around by Creator and Spirit going, well, you're along for the ride. No, we're the ones that are driving this huge bus with Creator and Spirit being our co-pilot, with our energy telling them what they want to put in the nav system to give us direction. We're still the ones that have to follow the directions, but they're like, "What? You want that? Here, I'll plug it in. So this is what you want to do if you want to go that." Like if I'm focusing on what I'm missing in my life, they're like, "All right, we're going to take you on the long way to find that because you enjoy the missingness." Like, no, no, no. I'm grateful. I want this thing. Oh, then we'll give you the direct route. So, and then our spiritual posse is all behind us. They're just like, I always love, it's like my host has a black lab, and all you have to do is mention go, and because they're ready for go for a ride, go for a walk, whatever. They're like, go, yeah, let's go. They're like all ready to go and ready to run. So uh that's what's coming in there. with that. So hopefully that helps around the blueprint and you know um, it does, your uniqueness. Yours is unique for you, but it has to do with all of your astrology. And so I feel like they're like, we have a desire to be unique and different, but when we realize everyone is unique and different, and the whole excitement is to search and to go and find out what it is, and it's a world of possibilities. And it does affect your energy because all of our astrology affects our energy, and the planets day by day affect our energy. So the more we do things like I know I talk about, being aware of, that's why I do a daily planetary guide. And you can find stuff online too. It's like astro.com and different free sites out there. There's a lot of astrologers who just have this gift of service where they just put out a bunch of stuff every day of what are the planetary energies of today, and it's like, oh wow, right? And they very differ, of course, by us, but they give the general collective energy, and then we can experience and go, what am I feeling? And then, but so much of what we're feeling and experiencing has to do with our power of choice too, right? So very, 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 very interesting. All right. So hopefully that helps. But that's what they have for that one. So thank you for that one. And then your third one here, the very calm emoticon or emoji for number three. So thank you for that donation. And is your creativity and musical dreams a part of your life purpose and plans? You're definitely sure it is. Yeah, I'm definitely sure it is too. Um, but let's see what else they want you to know here. Anything else about? All right. Okay. Wow. All right. Cards are flying everywhere. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. So creativity, musical dreams, a part of your life purpose and plan. Okay. So, I just have to jump to the star card first because the star card is all about our dreams, making a wish upon a star. It's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you got the Queen of Pentacles, which is like the Empress, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, creativity, birthing things in the outside world, all that fun stuff, right? And also the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about doing the work in the outside world, the progression, but enjoying the journey and enjoying the adventure as well. You know, we we've talked a little bit about your past lives and how it's been, musical expression and putting vibration out, whether it was drumming or guitars or violins or all these different, piano, all these different experiences throughout lifetimes as music and musical instruments have developed over time too, right? But it's like the like your life purpose and your plans. You've got the four of wands, which is joy and celebration and gatherings of celebration. And now I'm seeing like pubs where, if you ever watch like The Witcher or these where they have the what are they called? They're people that tell stories through song and that's what it's all about, bringing the joy, bringing the celebration, livening things up, and helping people through difficult times has always been, a great source of music. I mean, music calms the beast within us all, right? Where we have this, you know, um, joy there. And that makes sense here on the bottom of the deck. You've got the Lover's card, which is also the power of emotional choice that we get to choose in each moment a lower vibrational emotion of fear or a higher vibration emotion that's more related to unconditional love, right? And we can't change people's emotions, but we can make it easier or harder for people to choose a different vibration. And of course, lower vibration fears constrict, shrink, imprison, are lower, and higher vibration is growth and creativity and so we like the golden age of this higher love energy because it's expansive, it's not restrictive, and the lower vibration. But we came here to experience the lower vibration. That's why we've got the power of choice because we get to choose between the two. And when we're tired of feeling one, we can feel another. And if we're feeling great, we want drama, we can feel that too. There's never, any, judgment around it. But I do feel like a big part of the journey that you've done is to help, you know, transform, make it easier, because like you can play a sad song in a pub and bring everyone down, or a upbeat one in a pub and it brings everyone up, right? And it helps spread that. And I feel like that was one of the main things you loved about music was how, I have the video that I've shared about on my Take 10 with Zen about the true gift of an empath. And just for anyone else that's listening, if you haven't checked it out yet, let me see here. Here we are. The real gift of an empath. And so you can check that one out, which is about the energy, and we can change energy of a room. Like I said, we can either bring it down or bring it up. And to make it easier or harder for people to choose it, it's the vibration of the sound of words, but also just music itself transforms. Like you can listen to an instrumental and cry because of the energy of the music. You don't even have to hear words. Or you can listen to a foreign song in a foreign language and just, wow, and you're like, I don't even know what they're saying, but I feel great. It's because of the energy of the music. So definitely it is part of your journey. And I like that clarity that they're bringing in with that too. So that's what they have for that one there. So thank you again for that donation. And then we are to the number 4 here. Oops, scroll back up here. And you're upside down, hanging upside down emoji for number 4, which is what cool, interesting, awesome insights does Kurt's spirit want to share about your dreams and purpose? All right. Yeah, let's take a look there. All right. I don't know why I'm not surprised. They like to use Oracle for you. And actually, I I was earlier today. I wonder what's his story, because I didn't know a ton about him, but of course, he was the one of the members of Nirvana. But he was born on February 20th, so he was on the cusp of Aquarius and Pisces, which is very interesting. So fun energy. It's like that's now I know why I relate, because I'm a Aquarius sun and tons of Pisces. So that made sense why he was such a rebel, but also very emotional. And I think it was the emotion in the end that made him go, "I'm out of here." Yeah, very very cool. So he wants to use the return of spirit here, Oracle. Let's see what we have here. Here it is. And these are fractal imaging, which these I call it the spiritual inkblot test. Whatever you see in it is for you. And then I'll also read Cheryl Lee Harnish, which she actually follows my channel. So if you're watching Cheryl Lee, she has a great channel too, and she's was gone for a little bit, but she's back giving readings too. So if you check her channel out, it's Cheryl Lee Harnish, HARNISH. Here, I'll just show you. She's got 3 decks. There's her name there. There's her picture. You want to make sure it's her that you guys see. So your picture here is, so I'll just zero in so you can see that here. And so now that you saw that, it's actually called Storm. All this purple energy of the crown chakra, opened right up to it too. Says we all have to pass through difficult times in our lives. And when things get tough, our vision and understanding can often become clouded. The feeling of being alone in it all, and even feeling abandoned by spirit in your darkest hour, can be overwhelming. But you are not alone at all! Exclamation point. Hold on and hang in there. Every storm eventually passes. This will not last forever. This card's here to remind you, or Kurt's here to remind you, that you really do have the strength and the courage to survive anything that comes your way. And Kurt is here supporting you in every step that you take, and Spirit is as well. Clouds always part, and the sun will make its way through once again. It's important to remember that whatever you're going through right now is for your highest learning and understanding. And this card may come to you if you're having difficulty in your relationship with others. It is vital to remember that underneath anger is hurt. Forgiveness for yourself and others is a key to moving forward and healing this. This card also comes if you're experiencing any type of crisis, whether it is in your daily life or within your inner being. Just know that this is happening to enable you to see what is not yet in alignment of your highest good and what no longer serves you. This is your opportunity to make any needed changes in your life and to heal some very deep wounds from the past. Just know that you will survive this with your sanity intact. You will be stronger, more understanding, and more compassionate with yourself and others. Have faith in yourself, faith that you can and will make it through this. Spirit is here to support you as you find your own light at the end of this tunnel. I love that. So that's the message that they have for you, for right now, just to help you, with your dream and where you're headed and what you're doing. You said super synchronistic family. Yeah, it gets yeah, definitely. And it's funny because I didn't I knew he had a short life, but he actually ended his life, and so he's saying, "Don't give up. You can get through this. The storms." He was meant, to end his life when he did, but you're not. And he was like, "You have a full life ahead of you, and you're strong enough in your strength. Even with the strength card you got earlier with that Leo energy, you got the courage and the strength of a lion. So, just push through, and just know that it doesn't last." Forever, that weather, if you just weather at the storm, eventually the sun does come out. Um, you know, so I like that. So that is what they have for you, Mr. Cobain. Yeah, it is pretty cool that, and they're able to be in a lot of places with a lot of different people. But I love that they chose you, and that they're like, there's this special connection, with you for the past. So I like that. All right. So that's it for that. And then we'll be back. I do see a couple more. So we shall return to yours here in a moment. But let's jump to Johanna. Hello, hello. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me do it on those. And hey, hey. There you are there. So you want to get a message from your grandmama or another ancestor that wants to come through. Absolutely. Hey, hi, hi. And I've got like so many oracle. It's like plastered all over here. I've got some I got Talking to Heaven cards from James von Prague. And I'm being drawn to that. Got a bunch of spirit guide cards, but this one really is calling out. So from Grandmama, all right. I figured you were going to get more than one. All right. So you got Grandmama and then two ancestors. So we'll see what we got here. Grandmama says, "I'm not dead." She's hiding in your cellar. She's funny. Uh, You're like, funny grandma. All of a sudden you hear something in the cellar and you're like, oh my gosh, she's been hiding down here all this time. So she's being funny. So the message that she brings says, only my physical body is gone, and I now know that our bodies are just a small part of who we really are. I'm aware that you miss my voice and physical presence, but my soul and spirit are very much alive! Exclamation point. Oh, yes, so stuff is saying hi. the and she's always around you anyway. She's never not around you. The times when you've felt my energy, I really was there next to you as I am now. We each have a unique energy fingerprint, and you recognize mine when I'm with you. Trust that feeling. I'm actually more alive now than ever before. Gone are all the distractions and stressors that I allowed to rob me of the enjoyment of my life. Now I see how trivial everything was, and that all that ever mattered were the important priorities of love, family, friendship, caring, and helping. But I've also discovered how to turn my regrets into learning and growing, and I ask you to do the same. I now see that I never had anything to fear. There is no death, and nothing bad can ever happen to anyone in spiritual truth. Of course, it's important to be smart and careful and always follow your guidance. But please don't forsake joy because of fears, because there's truly nothing to fear. I love that. Kind of feel like she might have, uh, because this regret feeling is like, oh my God, I let fears hold me back so much. Like, what will people think? What are going to do? The right thing to do. Raised very strict, it feels like. And so she led a very strict life. Towards the end, I think she got a little more lighthearted and lightened up. But she's like, you know, don't, don't, yes, listen to you, don't do anything stupid, be smart, but don't let fears keep you from having fun. So I like that. So that's from Grandmama, and then another one of your ancestors, someone on the other side, is saying, "It is not your fault." So if you're blaming yourself for someone's passing, even if it's an animal, I don't know why that's coming in, but even if it's an animal, it's not your fault. Please do me a really big favor. Stop beating yourself up, thinking that you caused my death or were in some way responsible for it. You were not! Exclamation point. It's so hard from the earthly level to understand the spiritual elements of life. No matter what you think you could have done or should have done, I would have left anyway. I am releasing you of my responsibility for my leaving. Please let go of any guilt. It will make us both feel better. The universe is perfect in its makeup, and what we think is a coincidence is just God's way of remaining anonymous. Trust me, be kind to yourself, knowing that what I share with you is true. So I like that. Whoever that is for you. And then the third one might be similar energy. I had to leave that way. I'm just going to show you a closer up view of that card because people on ladders, people hanging from clouds. Very interesting card. It says, please don't relive my death in your mind, as from my perspective, it was very different from how you imagine. To me, it was like a dream that culminated in a very happy ending. Yes, I was so sad to leave you, our loved ones, and our life together, but I have to be honest and say that I'm truly happy here. My soul is so enriched by all that I'm learning, and I'm still able to be with and help you. I am finally free of all earthly suffering, which allows me to love you even more than before. My life plan was designed with divine wisdom that included the timing and the way in which I exited. It is the same with your life and everyone else's. It's exciting to finally know these truths and to share them with you. Please know that I am truly sorry that the mode of my passing brought pain to you. And yet, everything that happened happened exactly as it was supposed to happen. You couldn't have stopped it or changed anything. There was no other way. you know, um, I don't know if this is the animal feeling came through strong. So I don't know if there was an animal that passed because I just feel like it's um that I don't know, I don't feel like it's a human, it's not like a human that ended their lives or something like that. I just feel like there was an animal, and I don't know if it was an important animal in your life, if that makes sense. And or your great aunt, your Great Dane dog aunt. It could be because you got two of them, with that kind of message here. But I feel like they're related in things, but definitely in either case, I just feel like it's the energy coming through. It's like it's the same for everyone. So I feel like maybe the animal soul is coming through, which all of every one of us has experiences as animals and elements and different types of things too. Sorry, I didn't realize that that was being so disturbing here. Does that help a little bit? Yeah. There's this thing on the people's house next door that when the wind is blowing a little bit and the sun, the way it is here with the summer solstice coming, it shines right in here, right where I'm at. The flickering light. It's like, ooh, spooky. So hopefully that is a little better now. Yeah, in the spotlight. But I feel like it is, when we with animals, you know, it's still the higher soul that comes in. It's like a human soul, an animal soul, all these different types of souls. We're all basically the same at our core. And so it's like the animal is coming in and doing it. Wow, it's really coming in now. Maybe that's the message from the other side. Shake, 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 shake. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, we get it. You can stop now. Um, but I like that for you because I feel like they're just saying, that in either case with all these individuals, and I feel like it's for everyone here too. Um, yeah. And then also my host backed out with her car and the light shone right in here. But I don't like to close my blinds. I like to have natural light, down here in the cellar. But I like that for you. So that's what's coming in. Any guilt you have about passing, I feel like your the dog soul, the representative came in to bring the message. It's like your aunt wasn't coming in, other people that, any of their future souls or anyone else that has passings that come in. It's like they sent the dog, they sent your dog as the representative. You go tell her. So I like that. So they're like, yeah, let it go. It's always perfect. Nothing you can do. We're the ones choosing for our lives. There's nothing that you can do, to have that happen. So, and the sun will pass fast here in a moment. Now I've got a little it's sitting here on my chin. That's too funny. All right, maybe I'll be like, if I sit back a little bit. All right. So that's what they have for you, Hannah. So many blessings to you. That's the messages from the other side. All right. And then Nova, we are back to number 5 for you. So thank you for the diamond emoji and your donation. Let's take a look here. And so you want to know messages from your dope bath spiritual guides because they cool and their messages always be great. Absolutely. I love it. So let's take a look here and see. And actually, they also must be a day of Oracle. Is it these ones? No, it's these ones. So I got ask your guides, but here's the. I think this is a newer deck. So let's take a look here. I might have to close my blinds, but we'll take a look here. All right. Well, there is the message. We have the cards here, and let's see what we got here. Dun, 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 dun. Glad it's that finger. It's invention. Da, 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 da. Ta-da! And this is your helper guides, card number 17. So here, I'll sit over here for a little bit. So let's take a look here. In the spotlight, that's what it's all about. So this is about adaptation, adjustment, transformation, and challenge. It says sometimes life gives you lemons, but not to worry. Your helper guides are on hand, assisting you in transforming your lemons into lemonade. No matter who you are or what circumstances you've inherited, life is always a blend of both the positive and the negative, higher vibration and lower vibration, right? Your helper guides urge you to be grateful for the positives of your life and to be creative and inventive with the negatives. So there we go. Here's that creativeness coming in again, right? You're thinking about lemonade. Mmm. They are on say, oh, they are on hand to help you transform any adverse or challenging situation into one for the better. So rather than dwell on your lousy circumstances, get your innovative juices flowing and change the undesirable or adversarial situation into a more satisfying one. Rather than endure an unfulfilling job, for example, be resourceful and courageous and start the business you've dreamed of for years. Rather than remain in an unsatisfying relationship, summon enough self love to move on. This is not to deny the painful aspects of your life. Just know you don't have to tolerate them any longer. Use your sadness, frustration, or lack of fulfillment as an incentive to create better circumstances. Allow your helper guides to get you going. If your circumstances cannot be changed right now, at least change your attitude and make the best of the situation, knowing it is temporary. Do not settle for the lemons you encounter in life. Gather their juice and be creative. Ask your helper guides for inspiration and ideas so you can invent a much sweeter outcome. They are ready and waiting to help. And then your helper guides message: when life hands you lemons, make lemonade. I like it. So very, very helpful. We're here to help you, but you can transform, these energies. Wow. What's funny is that it's like a solar panel that they have on the side of their house. It's like a little, not a panel, but a little solar thing. And we had a windstorm happen here, like a storms came through probably about 3 weeks ago or so. I know. I'm glowing. And it fell off. And then they just put it back on this week because it had fallen on the ground. And they must have put it in a different one because, wow, it is like, it's lighting up my window here, which I think the sun is moving fast enough because it's a small panel. It's about that big, so it should stop here in a sec. But I know I was like, "Whoa, what's happening? There's an angel outside of my window." You can see it like Yeah, because the wind's blowing too. So I can't look at it because it's blinding me. All right. So that's what they have for you for that one, Nova. I love it. Great, great message. Cool. It's a cool message. It's a cool lemonade message. That's funny. All right. So we'll be back to your additional question here in a momentito. And then, but we got Jeep. So, Jeep, hello, hello. Thank you for your first donation. Let's give that a love and a like there since it lets me. And you want to know about your investments next week. All right. So, of course, disclaimer, I'm not a financial wizard or, of a professional. So, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Ultimately, you have to make your own decisions, etc., etc. See the disclaimer in the description box of the video. So, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here about your investments next week. You said for the next week, right? Ah, very good. I am very happy for that. So for next week, looks pretty good too, because we've got the Empress, which is she's all about abundance and birthing and positive things coming your way, and that's on the bottom of the deck. So ultimately, it feels like there is this, harvest that comes in next week. So I like that for you. A little bit of creativity comes in with the Empress too. So if you feel like, I want to try a little something different, um, look into it. Allow creativity. Allow yourself to be a little creative with those as well. If you have the flexibility to do anything like that, just kind of look at it. Investigate. I like that. Yeah. And yeah, you got the Six of Wands again, so a victory card coming in, and the um, Leo energy of courage and bravery that's coming in. But this is also trusting your higher self, trusting your intuition and your gut when it comes to things too. So if you're like, well, I want to do that, but you're like, spidey senses going off, going whoop whoop, no, 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 trust that. Don't change things unless you feel like, wow, I just feel like, yes, do this right from the inside, not from your head, but you're trusting your gut, right? Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So we got some nice balancing coming out here too with the Justice card. And the Ace of Cups, which is joy, happiness overflowing. So I do like that coming in here. It does feel like they're telling you, looks like there's a little balancing of stuff. You might see some kind of go lower, but others will go, you know, go higher too. So it things balance out, but overall, I feel like with that Empress, there's that creativity coming in. Yeah. And Nine of Cups. That's abundant feeling of joy and overflowing, kind of a dream come true. And trusting the cycles of the moon too. One of the things that comes through with investments, they're up and down and up and down and up and down. And I mean, this is like they're touching a memory from, gosh, 40, 30, 30, 30, 35 years ago when I was going to get into investments because my dad had, thought, hey, you should get and become a financial, advisor person or whatever. And so I, you know, I took a class, I think, in it in college. And I was like, no, that wasn't for me. But one of the things is like they kept reiterating, which they're bringing back, is things always balance out in the long run. If you get out when things are going, just trust that when things go down, they also go back up. And so if something, it's like you don't have to, that's that balancing energy of that Justice card too. It's like, okay, don't freak out over a downturn because there's always upturns in the long term, if that makes sense too. So that's what their message is with that. But I like the Empress being there on the bottom. It does show, again, the harvest coming in. So I'm very glad. And then for your second one, thank you for your second donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. And you just applied for some new jobs. Whoop, whoop. All right. Look at you taking that action and the outcome. Or do you see changes at your current job? All right, let's take a look here. So I want to do your current job first, the last first. Okay, they went to those. And then, so new jobs. All right. All right, let's see what these are about here. So your new job, not your new job, your current job, you've got the Four of Wands and the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion with the Knight of Cups and joy. I feel like things lighten up a bit at work, but I feel like the change at work isn't like this you know, like a promotion, those type of I just feel like things lighten up at work where you feel like it's energetic stability and it almost feels like, all right, this isn't as bad as before. And that's like, you know, I feel like you're not getting anything there that's going to keep you there, if that makes sense. I just feel like it moves from like this drama to something more, less drama. And it's like, okay, I can deal with it here, but it doesn't mean it's something that's keeping you there, if that makes sense. Okay. So, and then let's take a look here at the other opportunities. Okay, yeah, you're definitely getting new opportunities opening up because these three cards came out together. You got the Queen of Pentacles, which is abundance and new birth. You got the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunities, and you got the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities. So it's very, very clear here. Um, you're going to be getting offers. You're going to be having these opportunities open up for you with those. And then in addition to that, you also got the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. All this new. So got three pages, an ace, and the Queen of Pentacles. So there is definitely no doubt that it's that you're going to be getting job opportunities that come in there. So we'll take a look here. I'm going to pull some of these tarot of the pagan cats and let's see if they'll give us timing in there. I feel like it's not far away at all. I feel like, with all of these pages and aces, it's like next week you're gonna, like, before the end of the month, I feel like you're gonna be getting some offers coming in, like answers of, and then you're gonna be like, I just feel like I don't know how many you applied for, but because you got three cards and then one card, I don't know if there's three or if that's five, but it just feels like there's this, great amount of things coming in here. Let's see here. All right, what do we got here with the kitties here? Yeah, I love it. So you got the King of Pentacles, which is another abundance, 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 great amount of abundance. The first card that came out was the Six of Cups, which is movement. And six being the number for June. I feel like you start getting notifications next week, and then June is when you make this move and make this change. You also got the Hierophant, card number 5, which is the number of change, which is great. 2 jobs applied, yeah. So I feel like you're gonna get answers from both of them, it feels like, with this energy. And even with the 2 cats that are sitting here, it's like, yeah. So I like this. I feel like June definitely and with the 5, so that makes sense with the Hierophant. Number 5 is you get that's the number of that you're having a change in your job. But I feel like you at least hear from one, like, next week, if not today, but I feel like next week, and, but I feel like you get, like, "Hey, can you start in June?" Or you interview, you get this movement that starts here. We knew that this May and June was gonna be big changes, and that's being reinforced with these cards coming in. So I like it. Woo woo! High five, fist bump, elbow bump too. All right, so that's what we have coming in there, Jeep. I'm very excited for you. But I feel like, and that makes sense too. Like your current job becomes less stressful because when you realize it's not forever, you can put up with, you know, um, a situation when you know there's an end in sight, and you're like, okay, I don't things don't bother me anymore because I know I'm not imprisoned in this job anymore. So I like it. All right. Whoa, grab the whole screen here. All right. You are very welcome, and thank you again for your dual donations there. Appreciate that. And then Supernova, we are to you. Thank you for your whoa crazy emoji. And let's see, that's going to be number 6 here, right? Let's see here. Scroll, 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 scroll. Let me see, did I overlook it? Let me just make sure. Oh, is that number 5? Okay, yeah, okay, so you had 5 twice, so that's okay, that lets me at least know which one it is there. So, more messages from spirit and from your spirit guides. And then, we'll be back to number 6 here momentarily, but let's do this one here. Let's see, we're being guided to, some more oracle. Today, it must be an oracle day. What is this one? The Ancient Stones Oracle. All right. So let's take a look here. This is Ancient Stones by Rebecca Campbell. These are actually a pre-order, so these are not even available until July. So these messages are from the future. All right, what do we have here? Wow, I love it. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little better here. There it goes. And it's see the beauty, gratitude, the sacred is everywhere. So, this message of gratitude, gratitude, gratitude is, of course, a beautiful message for us, right? Yeah, it's the real deal. So it says, stones are so often overlooked. The bones of this earth, they're often not truly appreciated for their infinite variety and beauty. But if you look at stones a little more closely and at all the other beautiful things around you, you'll find that you can be transported into a state of awe any moment you wish, right? It's almost like, stop and smell the roses, but stop and lick the stones. Don't lick the stones. That's just a joke. But, stop and really look at the stones. For those who have the eyes to see it, this world is filled with never-ending beauty. And when we notice the beauty around us, we enter a state of appreciation and gratitude. When we enter this state, we're having an embodied experience of spirit, and we're more receptive to receiving and calling in the gifts of our life. When we notice the beauty that surrounds us, we not only see the sacred that's already here, but also activate it within ourselves and have a mystical, unitive experience with all of life. If we awaken our hearts and turn our gaze upward, we'll discover that beauty is all around us. If we're willing to take time to look for it, we'll discover that the sacred is woven into all things and that the intelligent codes of life are within it all too. Wow. You never know. Don't bite into them. Keep your teeth. Just there. The soul inquiry says, "You're so funny. How can you take a moment to notice the beauty that's all around you? What blessings can you appreciate right now in your life?" We talk about gratitude a lot on this channel because gratitude is one of the fear transformers. It's one of the things that takes us from lower vibrational to higher vibrational, right? It's the one that brings us, connects us to our creativity. It connects us and draws in things into our lives too, with coming in that way. So I love that. What a great message from Spirit. They're just like, remember gratitude. Take a moment, look around, look at the stones on the ground, look at the trees, look at the birds, look at all the variety of things. I know you're headed into fall and winter down under down there, um, but there's still an opportunity. That's the great thing about stones is weather doesn't bother them. They're like, we're always the same. So I like that. So that's the message they have for that one. So thank you for your additional donation there. And yeah, that was that one. And scroll, 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 scroll. All right, and he did have another one here. So you had them in order. So this is your second, your second poopy emoticon, and that's number 6. And so you're drawn to ask for another message from Kurt Spirit. Sure, poop. Oh, poop. Let's see. Do they want yeah, an oracle here? They want to come through as an animal though. They're being funny. If you were an animal, what animal would you be? The Spirit Animal Oracle. So, Kurt, what additional message do you have for Nova? All right, do this one right here. See what that is. Okay, itchy nose. All right. Snake Spirit. Card number 55. Power number coming in here. Time to heal. All right. I like it. So, message that comes from him is all of us need healing at times. And when Snake Spirit appears, it's time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well being. Vulnerability is necessary for friendships and partnerships to work, which means all of us will have tender emotions at times. Be gentle with yourself and others now. Shed the past and step into a new way of being, for vitality is rising in you. And this might be a good time to honor the work you have done to heal, grow, and repair any damage within you, within those you care about, and within your community. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all that you have created. There's that created again. Unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports wellness, prosperity, positive relationships, and well being, and open the door for healing to occur. So, a lot of forgiveness coming in here. Yeah. He's telling you, you better, you better. The protection message that comes with it, which I like to read too, says, no matter how much you may have lost or how you have been disappointed, you are called by Snake Spirit to shed the past and practice radical self acceptance now. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. When your tender new skin first becomes exposed, you may feel uncomfortable. Love yourself and remain vulnerable anyway. You have been weak, but now you're becoming strong and developing wisdom, and you will do better in the future. Snake Spirit reminds you that hearts can be so easily wounded. Apologies and amends go a long way. Self forgiveness for your role in what happened can help you heal. Remember, it is the one who has been wounded who often has the greatest power to help others heal. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I like that. So there is this shedding and this, letting go of the old past, the old experiences, the old emotions, the old things said, and realizing that, with whatever's happens with those individuals around you, that if it wasn't of love, that it was of, out of fear and pain, their own fear, their own pain, nothing to do with you. And you can release them from that so that you can have this vulnerable relationship and be real with them, that you don't have to be defensive, that you can just be, lovingly honest and open and transform relationships, because you can do that. So I love it. So synchronistic, huh? Of course, Curdy, always, always all over it. So that's what they have for you. I like that for you. And now that I know this about him, that the life he had, he knows he can speak of, especially with all his Pisces that he has. Be interesting to pull his entire chart, but being on the border of leaving Aquarius going into Pisces, I feel like they were very emotional. So they knew the pains and sufferings, and they're speaking a lot of experience of bridges they burned and all sorts of stuff that they're like, so they're speaking from their human experience in this lifetime, as well. So I like it. All right. Hey, Brian. Yeah, I do see yours. Absolutely. So just to give everybody a heads up where we're at, since we've had a lot of the donations here. Up next will be Johanna for her number two, Brenda, and then Brian. So we've just got a few more donations to go. All right. So thank you again, Supernova, for all your multiple donations. I am so grateful. And then Johanna, let's give your second one a love and a like here too. So thank you so much. And there we go. Question number two. And for people asking, I haven't done any of the free readings yet. I've just only been doing the donations. So, Johanna, question number two. How does Jay feel about you? Are you more of a distraction to him? All right, let's take a look here. So I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. All right. So these cards went flying over here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, and this one too. So on the bottom of the deck, we've got here the Justice card. And I feel like here, Johanna, that there's this, of course, the balancing of the scales that they have there, that they see you as someone who really kind of, not so much a distraction, but as a balancer of things. Because, they have the Ace of Swords here, which allows us to see things from a different perspective. And the first card that flipped over of the other cards, that was the bottom of the deck, is the Page of Swords, who also has the Ace of Swords there. So there is this energy of balancing. You allow them to see things from a different perspective. So I don't feel like that's distracting. I feel like it's clarifying, a clarity energy. You just are this mirror that reflects, so like I said, fresh Windex, very clear. It's not a dirty mirror. It's a very clean, very sharp, distinct, mirror that comes in here. Yeah. The Nine of Wands with this too, I feel like you allow them to see the barriers that they have, because the Nine of Wands, you can even see. Sorry, I keep on putting the card down, putting it back up, but I like in the original tarot, they have a bandage on their head because they keep hitting up against the same wall over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And I feel like that's kind of the clarity that you bring in with them here, is that um, you show them that they keep trying to do the same things but getting the same result, and I feel like you're showing them a different path in a way, if that makes sense. The Hermit card on the bottom of the deck is also standing out here. So I feel like, with this Nine of Wands and this nine energy, there is this, in a way, showing them the light, helping them guide, on the path a bit too. Um, but also there's this both of these nines together is like this not togetherness, it's the separateness, because the Hermit, of course, is alone with that, right? Okay. Yeah. We've got the Star card in the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, dreams come true. But I feel like you're giving them a different insight. Let's see if I can get these to be this way. There we go. This is about, what does a dream come true look like regarding marriage and joy? What does that look like? And so I do feel like it's, again, not distraction, but it's like, what is a dream come true? What is it really? And I feel like just the interactions that have been going on with you two just show them, it just has them questioning, what does it mean? What do I want? What is the big truth? And I feel like you just really, and it can just be your energy, just ignites things to make them think, which is interesting. They want me to go to the bottom of the deck too, with this Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all, so slow motion. And underneath that, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is relationship and fullness of life. And below that, the Nine of Pentacles. So we've got that energy of aloneness again, and this slow path, very slow path with the outside world with all those. Yeah. And again, these two cards coming out with the Queen of Wands. I'll show you these two first, though, because this is all about showing two perspectives. Here's that balancing energy, too, again, that I just feel like you give them a different perspective. And that Queen of Wands, that would very much represent your energy, right? Connection to spirit, connection to this brightness. And it's that energy, like I was talking about. You bring in this spark that makes people think, because you don't, bend to the will of anyone, right? It's like, here I am. It's like almost, it feels like kind of like the Seven of Wands energy, where I am the sun. I do not dim my light for anyone, and I do not ask permission to shine. And not that you're mean, you're just honest. And I feel like you don't hold back in sharing your viewpoints. You don't expect everyone to change and be, even though your ways the right way. Nah, you're not that. You're not that. You're confident. You're not arrogant. There's a difference. Confidence is, I know what I want for me. I know who I am. I know my gifts. Arrogance is, I know better than everyone else. I'm better than everyone else, and everything like that. And there's that energy. Right. You're so funny. Yeah. If everyone would just listen to me, their lives would be a lot better. But we didn't come down here for easy and perfect. We came down here for adventures. So That's you can let everyone have their own adventures. But that's what's coming in for you, Johanna. You're so funny. Crack me up. All right. Yeah, that's the difference between confidence and arrogance. Confidence is I know what I do and I do it well. Arrogance is I do it better than everyone else, and but confidence is like I know what I want for me and what I believe. I won't expect anyone else, but if you want me to, I will tell you what I believe. But what you do with it is your business, not mine. All right. So that's what's coming in there, Johanna. Thank you for your additional donation. I appreciate that. So no distraction. You're just a clarifier. I like it. or or. All right, you're funny. All right, and then Brenda, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation and the rainbow unicorn. So, a general for love today, please. You've been talking to people, but you want to see for today. Oh, all right. All right. So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about love today? All right. I feel like that one's here. You got 3, 2, 1. Something's counting down here. So, we've got here with the temperance card here, um, patience, slow unfolding, right? And when we get like one of these temperance patience, it's like the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, the Hangman. There's like a few cards that represent like there's this pause, this slowness, and this is the alchemy, slowly things going back and forth between the two cups, which is love energy, but it's slowly turning to gold. And so when we get that card, there is like this, things are going slow in the outside world to give us time to transform that love that's inside of us. And I know that's kind of the message that's been coming through. And I feel like they're starting off with that being on the bottom of the deck, going, okay, just remember that this is going slow for you to raise your love vibration so we don't keep bringing in what we did before. That said, now you have 3, 2, 1. And now they're showing me in my head bowling because it looks like, you know, 3 pins, 2 pins. I know there's more pins in bowling, I think, but it's 3 pins, 2 pins, 1 pin. And it's like um waiting. It's like if you know bowling, they have the automatic bowling thing that comes down that blocks, a ball from coming while they reset the pins, and then the little buffer thing goes back up, and then you're ready to bowl. Well, the buffer's down, and they're like, if you try to bowl now, it's just going to hit that and roll off into the gutter. And so they're like, pause, wait a moment before you throw the ball again. That's funny. All right, so let's see what these 3 are coming in together here. Yep, you've got the Queen of Swords, which is balancing your head and your heart. You've got the World card, which is endings of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. And the Moon card, too, trusting the cycles. There's a lot of hidden and unknown things going on here. But with 2 major arcana and a royal coming in first here, this is significant changing of old cycles, things bubbling, getting in tune and understanding what these emotions are that are flowing below the surface, and the head and the heart understanding and allowing both thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and emotions what is where these cycles are from the past, and the things that are transforming to allow you to let go of the older pain, the older expectations, the older thinking, so that, you know, because that's the old stuff that we continue to do. If we continue to keep those old thoughts, keep those old emotions, we just keep getting the same thing delivered, right? It's like if you keep on having the same thing on reorder, it's gonna keep shipping the same stuff. It's like I gotta change that so that I have different deliveries that come in. That's funny. But that's what's for those. Yeah. And again, we've got the 2 cards that came out are the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is seeing things from that higher perspective, the capital T truths rooted in unconditional love that help cut away the small t truths, right? And the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve you and relationships that don't serve you so that you can move forward. And where they're headed off, that Eight of Cups, they're headed off to dreams come true, which, our true dreams come true. That's coming in here. So I feel like they're saying here, let's see what this last one is. Yeah. Because we've got heartache, disappointment, the same experiences will happen here if we try to bowl with the little bars down. It's just going to hit that and go into the gutter like the others. And so there is this, you know, trust the journey, trust the inner work that you're doing, questioning your thoughts and beliefs, questioning and releasing old emotions that no longer serve you. You do have here, new opportunities that will come in the future, but it's about letting go of the current things. And even you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about you being alone with spirit in the outside world right now, so that you can, you know, um, release the old, right? Because until we do that, no matter how many different mirrors we look in, if I'm not changing, I'm going to see the same reflection in each of the mirrors as well. So I feel like they're saying here, just continue to, focus on what comes up, if we continue to look in other mirrors, we're going to continue to see ourselves, which is all right. There's no wrong action. Just don't expect a different result, until we really look and go, okay, I'm looking in this mirror. What don't I, I'm going to, I need to, I want to change something about what I think of my self love, my self worth. Where are these limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets? What's below the surface? What do I need to bring up and transform? So I feel like that's what's coming in right now, Brenda. All right. So thank you again for your donation and many blessings to you. And then Brian Oliver, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. All right. And you want to know, what do you need to know about your situation with your former boss, Kevin? Hey, Brian. Glad you're still here. All right, let's take a look here and see. Give these a shuffle. And let's see, what do you need to know about your situation with your former boss, Kevin? All right. So we've got these 4 and these 2 and these 2. All right. All right. So the energy on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Chariot card, and then you also have here with these 2 of Swords coming in here, which is power of choice too. Both of these cards tell you that regardless of whatever any situation is, that you can't control what a story someone else puts to a situation, what emotions they feel, what actions they take in their energy. You can't control anyone else. They're having you come back to your power of, you get to choose the story that you create about, interactions with them. You get to choose the emotions you feel. You get to choose the energy you put forward and draw towards you, and you get to choose the physical actions that you take. And this is a movement and victory card that comes in there with the Chariot too, which it tells us that we can choose to look at every situation as a victory if we want. And there's no right or wrong. It just, every choice brings different experiences and different, impact, right? Different energies. So you have 4 cards and then 2 cards and 2 cards. I feel like the 4 cards have to do with with you guys here. And then I feel like the first 2 cards are them, the second 2 cards are you. So we'll see what's going on here. So You do have here with the Tower card, which is trusting that whatever happens in our life does happen on purpose for a purpose, right? Even though sometimes we're like, oh my God, what's happening? This is happening to me. No, it's happening for me. Things are happening where people and situations are removed out of our life to make space for what's more in alignment with our higher self and to clear the path to allow us to move forward. We also have the devil card here, which is the shaking and the rattling of our cage, which with these two major arcana coming in here, there is this movement, this realization of my thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have kept me so restricted or kept me, caged. This is allowing me the freedom. So this tower has allowed you this freedom to move forward in your life here. And we've got the 7 of Cups, which we move from emotional confusion and that there's so many things to choose from, so many things going on, and that's replaced here, oops, by the Page of Cups, which is a heightened. It's like in the minor arcana, you go from the ace to the 10. The page is like number 11. It's like there's clarity of emotion, clarity of decision. There's like the 7 of Cups is like I've these 7 options or these 7 emotions, and there's like all this. But this lightning strike has brought the opportunity for clarity to come in for you, and that try not to get pulled off into what other people are going to think, what other people are choosing, and blah blah blah. It's like you're coming back to you, stepping into your power. What do I want? I get to decide, and this is the clarity that seems to come in here. See, these two cards are them. So it looks like here with the boss here, it feels like they're kind of pulled back with this hermit card off into their own little world. The Queen of Cups here is a lot of deep emotion, a lot of deep uh, reflection coming on here emotionally for them. So I just feel like with them, they're off in their own little self-reflective world going on here, and it's okay to leave them with that. They're having their own things to deal with. You can't control what they choose. And so you get to have like this release with whatever situation this is. Their emotions are their own to own. And you don't have to, there's nothing you can do. When you're out there in their business, then you're out of your business. And that's when you feel out of control, if that makes sense. And then for you, yeah, you have like a very I like the Queen of Pentacles. This is new birth. This is movement forward. This is Mother Nature and Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, looking for your own here. And then with this Justice card too, this is that Ace of Swords that they have in their hand gives you clarity around things and balance too. And it just feels here like um, in the end here, it feels like you do have this reward, you do have this abundance and this that it is for you. Whatever situation happened, it's like let it be what it was. Allow if this tower, this lightning bolt, allow it to burn down whatever it was, and it's time for you to move forward into your life, if that makes sense. And you know you get to choose your story, you get to choose your emotions, you get to choose your energy, and you get to choose your physical action in your path, if that makes sense here. Because that's what I feel coming in here. So hopefully that brings you clarity in what you were wanting to know regarding this situation between you and your former boss. Yeah, I don't feel like there's a whole lot more to add. Well, I mean, they do have yeah, on the bottom here about you stepping up here. You got the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. So, this is divine counterpart energy for the future where you're headed here. It's like stepping up, and there is a more compatible partnership, whatever kind of partnership that means, whether it's a job that's right up the alley, or there's this relationship with a future boss, or future self, or if it is romantic or whatever, there's something in someone much more compatible for your path, and that's why the tower has removed it, because it was time to clear all that out. So there we go. That is the final message there. You are very welcome, and thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. Right, and then Infinity, you are up next, and then hey, HTTPS, you'll be up after that. So hey, I like your sticker, Infinity, and thank you for the donation. So you want to know, hi, does TT dislike you? Does she wish that you would stop attending your group? All right, let's take a look here. I am well. I hope you're well too. HTTPS. All right. I'm just going to take another sip here real quick. One more shuffle. All right, there we go. So, do they dislike you? Well, is that any of your business? I like your spirit guides. Sassy, sassy spirit guides. And what's going on with them? So, when we, of course, when we're looking at, like, how do other people feel about us? It has, I love the meme. I bring it up quite a bit. It's like, what other people think of us is none of our business. What other people feel about us, think about us, feel about us, none of our business, because it really has nothing to do with us. Very little, because we're a mirror. It's like, what does a monkey see when they look in the mirror of me? A monkey. What does a lion see when they look at me? A lion. We are reflections of each other, and we don't even know what people really see when they look at us. So when we ask, it's like, just be prepared. If it says a monkey, don't think that you're a monkey. Just know that a monkey's looking in the mirror. And it's like, oh, okay. So if they dislike you, and I haven't seen the cards yet, if they dislike you, then what does that tell us? It means they dislike themselves, right? They dislike something within themselves that they're seeing in the mirror that's reflecting back to them. And that's when you look at the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Here is the mirror. I love it. It's like, well, whatever they see, they see. Even though we might be dressed differently, we see the reflection is there. So let's take a look here. Do they dislike you? Not dislike. I feel like here, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor, so the Emperor rules over all four kings. So they're like above, like the King of Kings, right? And the Queen of Pentacles here, sorry for the glare there, the Queen of Pentacles, she is at a queen, the Empress rules over all the queens. So it's like they feel like you're up here and they feel down here. This has to do with their self-worth, not you. So they don't dislike you. I just feel like there's jealousy, or um, because of their low self-esteem and the way they feel low about themselves, their self-love is lower, and thus their self-worth is lower, and they see you more as like, why do you get attention? Why do you get these opportunities? Why do you get to be, in their mind, so awesome, and those things? And they're like, I want, there's things about you that they want for themselves, and then so there's that jealousy that's there, right? Does she wish you would stop attending your group? Wow, we got 6 cards that came out for that. Let's take a look here. Page of Pentacles, which is about more opportunity. Let's see here. Power of choice and victory and movement. Move to a new opportunity. I feel like they're looking at moving. 7 of Pentacles. I think they've been contemplating going somewhere else for a while. Yeah, and here's that Queen of Cups. There's a lot of emotion below the surface. So a lot of water. Maybe they have like a water moon or a lot of water in their chart too, or if they're a Pisces. I kind of feel like Pisces energy, but they could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and just they feel emotion very deeply. They pick up on a lot of other people's emotions, and they haven't gotten to that point yet where they can keep other people's emotions away without feeling them all themselves. So I feel I have here, yeah, again, transformation and been thinking about movement, I feel. Yeah, and then we've got the King of Wands. So they're trying to figure out what they're wanting to do and what action they're wanting to take. I don't feel like they would want you to leave the group. I feel like they would kind of go into fight or flight and feel like they want to leave the group. And I mean, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Wands, which is about changing direction. Got the Eight of Wands under that, which is sudden, quick movement, and the Two of Wands. All this action energy coming in here, especially with this King of Wands on the end, is I feel like they're getting ready to bolt and do that because I feel like they're and so it's not specifically you. I feel like it's because you asked specifically you, this is how they feel. But I feel like they feel that way a lot with a lot of people. And they're feeling a lot of other people's emotions, and they got a lot of emotional stuff that goes on inside of them to where they do feel like I don't fit in. Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. I'm gonna go eat some worms. Is that what the little kid song is? Nobody loves me. Everybody hates me. Kind of energy there. So they dislike themselves, which, you know, whenever we realize if sincerely we care about the person and we want to help make it easier for them to choose love, then we can do things intentionally um, to share with them how we think about them. If we think of them in a higher way and we feel like, I just want them to know, hey, I bring him a gift, bring him a flower, bring him some sort of appreciation thing. And what I was thinking about you today. And one of the things I love about you is blah, blah, blah. It has to be sincere, it has to be real, it has to come from your heart, not a feeling of responsibility or obligation, but that you want to do it because that energy is going to come through if you want. If you're like, no, I wouldn't want to do that, don't do it. If you're like, well, I could. No, if it comes from the heart of going, you know what, I do want to share with them. I love this thing about what they do and who they are. And I'm going to tell them and I'm going to give them some sort of appreciation of it so that every time they see it, you'll think of this. And so that's what they have for you. All right. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And that's what they have for you, Infinity. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then HTTPS. All right. We're getting down here in about 7 minutes or so. I'll be headed out, everybody, to spend about an hour with my praying mantis members. And but for all the free readings, I will return after that. Probably be about an hour and a half. I'm gonna eat, and then after that, so it'll be about an hour and a half ish, is when I'll come back and I'll complete all the free readings, and I'll be back tonight and tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also Saturday and Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So just a heads up. All right. So HTTPS, let's give that a love and a like there. Thank you so much for the donation. And some messages from your spirit team. All right, let's see what they got going on here. Do they want that? Do they want to give you an oracle today? I do believe that they do. All right, yeah, but they want these over here. These are the Path of the Soul Destiny cards coming in here. From Shirley Harnish. So, and these are fractal imaging. In fact, they're going to give you one from her other deck. I've got all three of her decks that I'm using today. And they're short little blurbs. But these are, they call them fractal imaging, but I call them spiritual ink blot tests, where whatever you see in it is a message for you. And then I'll read what she channeled for those as well. So first of all, you got card 32. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. Sorry for the glare there. And let's see what this one is, and then we'll pull from her other divine guidance deck. This is Nurturing Universe is the name of it. It says this card encompasses all aspects of being divinely nurtured and supported. It calls to allow the full flow of loving energy within you to nurture and support you. The spiraling healing energy is available to you at all times. It surrounds you and embraces you. You are never alone on your journey. You are always supported and cared for. This nurturing feminine energy calls you to her arms. Rest with her for a while. Let her soothe your heart, heal your wounds, and guide you gently and lovingly onto your path. I love it. And that's one part of your message. The other one, these are divine guidance. Let's pull from here. Let's see what they want to add in here. All right. And then here is your other card. Card number 13. I'll kind of just bring this in a little more here. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's a train. I'm just kidding. You ever heard that before? All right. So whatever you see in that, and this is an opening. It says your intuition and psychic connection is open and flowing, allowing you to access higher realms of knowledge and understanding. Sometimes when we receive guidance or information from these realms can be a bit confusing or unclear. There's a lot of information moving through your subconscious that your conscious mind has to process. It does get easier in time. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Just remember, this open connection is how you are naturally meant to operate. You are now in direct communication with other realities and your higher self. So I like that, especially with the combination with the other card, because it is talking about, this coming together and this energy that, you know, rest, sit in that pocket of love, allow yourself to process, allow yourself to get that. And then you're getting information, it's bubbling up. It's just, you're getting a lot of subconscious and a lot of energetic and emotional messages. It's just taking time for your brain to process. So if you've been feeling like, what is all this? What's going on? I just feel like something's changing and altering within me. It is. But it's this sitting and allowing this love to nurture you and sit with it. Sitting still and sitting for a time is important because it's allowing your human conscious brain to catch up with all this spiritual higher vibration energy below the surface that's coming through emotionally and energetically, and you feel it and you sense it and you're like, what is this? But your brain is going, what is it? What is it? I can't figure it out yet, because it'll suddenly click, and then you'll have a knowing with it. But I feel like there's also this message of new beginnings and openings, because that first card was talking about trust. Let them guide you with that love onto your path. And there is this opening that's coming that's going to be taking you in that direction, and allowing them to guide you. Allow that the gut and the instinct to guide you. Your conscious mind will catch up, but allow your heart, if you feel drawn, follow the drawnness to whatever, and your brain will eventually go, oh, that's right, that's why this is happening. So your brain's going to take a little bit of time to catch up, but don't it's like pause, but then also follow the guidance, and then your brain will catch up, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in for you there, HTTPS. So hopefully that resonates. But that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, everybody. I'm going to take some quick screenshots here. You are very welcome. me get rid of these old ones. All right. Right, Sean? I know spirit, they can do all sorts of messages for all of us, right? I know every single message brings me something when I'm channeling, so I'm glad I'm not alone. All right, let me just take some screenshots. Like I said, I'm going to go for about an hour with my praying mantis members, and then I don't know if you can hear my stomach growling, and then I'm going to eat, and then I will be back on to complete all the free readings, and then I shall return. In the meantime, if you guys want any messages or want something, I've got a ton of content, free content on my main page, on my From Chaos to Cozy podcast. We have pick a cards that come out. I got monthlies for both May, which is good for another week, and June's are out too. So if you're wanting to check those out, and just follow your heart, and spirit will guide you right to them. All right, and grab these last here. So I didn't get to any of the free readings, so those are the ones I'll come back for. I just finished the last of the donations, and here let me grab Jeep. Thank you, Jeep. I'll grab that here. General for next month. Boom. All right. So yes, we'll get the free reading in there for you, Jeep, when I come back as well. So thank you guys again so much, and for your patience in getting to the free readings, and thank you for all the donations. It is what allows me to continue to do what I do. This is where I get my income, and with my, of course, great gratitude to my host, who allows me to live in her basement for free. And so everything else is for my food and my other limited expenses, but it helps me to be able to do all this. So thank you guys so much for all the love and all the support. I'm so blessed to feel your guys' energy, and thank you for trusting me in getting the message from Spirit for you guys, and for all your thirst for hearing from Spirit too. It's such a beautiful time in humanity with the transformation that the world is going through, even though it feels very chaotic at times. It's we're on the verge of something very, very amazing. So I'm excited that we all chose to be here in this time of humanity. So, all right, well, I'm going to head off here. I got a couple of minutes before my other session starts. So I will see you guys in in about an hour and a half or so. And until then, remember every second of every day of your life that you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.